Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a video on how I repurpose these pieces of wood to create an end table. All of this wood was actually gifted to me by a co-worker of mine. Thanks, Elena. She found all of these pieces in the recycling center, and she knows that I always try to refurbish wood and recycle wood as much as I possibly can. So she gifted these to me. This was, I believe, some IKEA slats. This, I'm not exactly sure where this came from. And then these here are some wooden crates. That's what I initially got for my job. These two are different sizes, but I will definitely make them work. This piece here, I actually use the same slats for my entryway table. So if you guys are interested to see how I recreate this end table with these pieces, stay tuned. So as you can see, like I said before, this one here is bigger than this one, but my plan is when I create the tops for this one to just make it even. What I'm gonna do is create about 1.5 inch gap in the front and in the back when I put my top slats, just so that it can match up. I'm hoping that you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. My plan is to put them on each end here instead of by my sofas, because that end is pretty tight, and I do have some other plans on the other side for that. But what I'm going to do is what I usually do in all of my projects is just vacuum this piece up, and then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to sand it down and get it ready for some paint. I'm actually going to use the same chalk paint that I used to paint this. So if you guys are also interested in that, I'll be linking in a night card for you guys, and then also putting this video in the description box. But I'm going to be using the same paint for that, and then I'll be showing you guys later on what stain I will be using for the tops. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint the top, because I'm going to be adding the stain to it, so it doesn't make any sense to release paint on that part, because it's not going to show. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure you get all the cracks and crevices of the wood. I'm using what I got. I didn't prime the piece, so hopefully I won't regret it later. This is more of a raw wood, so I probably should have used like a shellac or a primer before I started painting. But again, I'm using what I got, so let's see how this turns out. So I cut down all of the string that was holding the slats together. Now what I'm doing is measuring the slats for my top pieces that's going to be the top of the end table. The length of the crate is 12 inches, so I'm just going to add an additional half an inch to that. So I'm going to be measuring 12.5 inches, and I do need 8 of them. After I was done measuring out the lengths that I needed, I realized that I literally had about a half an inch left of wood on each slat, so I did not waste a lot of wood, and I was really happy about that. Now these pieces here, I'm going to be using them for the legs. The height of an average end table can be anywhere from 22 to 30 inches tall. I went with about 25 inches, so I'm gonna have my legs 7 inches because my crates were 18 inches high. And of course, when I wanted to use my circular saw outside, it starts to rain. You guys, there's just this feeling you get when you use your circular saw. It is so great. I love using it. I also wanted to show you guys that it is also possible to use a handheld saw. You will need a lot of elbow grease, but you can get it done. Okay, you can get it done. You don't need a circular saw to do projects like this. Trust me, you don't. And of course, after I'm done vacuuming up all of the sawdust, the beautiful sun comes out. So after I'm done cutting, I have 8 7-inch long pieces for the legs and 8 12.5-inch pieces in length for the tops of the end tables. Now I'm gonna take my Ryobi sander and just really smooth this down. I am keeping in mind the bottom half of them, so they still have the staples, so I'm just making sure I do sand down the top parts of it. Some of them were little bolts, so I just try to smooth that down as much as I possibly can with the sander. I will be linking in the description box down below, so if you look underneath the title of the video, there will be an arrow pointing down. Just click on that. I will be adding all of the products that I use for this project down below. So the technique that I'm using now, it's called scribing. So pretty much what I'm doing is just marking underneath the actual dimensions of the legs, and then I am going to be scoring them, pretty much making an X to find the center, and then I'm going to be drilling my holes. Before I screw in my legs, I'm just going to be adding some wood glue for some extra support. This is going to be actually the strongest bond. Adding your wood glue and then securing it with a screw. as I was painting, I completely forgot that two of the legs had holes in them. So once the first coat dried, I just added some wood filler into those holes, and then after that I added a second coat. So the stain that I'm going to be using today is Varathane's Carbon Gray. This is the same stain that I use for my entryway table. If you have not seen that video, I will be adding that in the description box and also an iCard. So now that the stain is dry, I'm adding wood glue to the top of the end table, and we are going to get ready to add the tops to it. I will be adding in my screws upside down. I don't want them to show on the tops of the end tables. So what I'm doing here is just pre-drilling 2 holes on each slat. The reason why I am pre-drilling the holes is so that the wood doesn't crack when I try to screw in the screws. And then I'm going to be using a device that pretty much countersinks the screws, and the reason why I did that is because my screws were pretty short and I wanted them to actually grab and hold on to the top slats a little bit more, so they need to go inside of that wood just a little bit. So I just use this technique to get that hold on the screw. Again, I did use wood glue, so once that dries, it's gonna create a really tight bond, but just to be safe, I wanted to do that just to make sure that there is a nice tight hold. Now I am just adding some wood filler again to the screws. I will be painting the inside. I'm going to be adding a second coat, and that's going to cover the holes that's there. I wanted to add something in the inside of it, but again, I'm working with what I have. That may be a future project. And then I'm going to be using my polyurethane. So this is a satin finish. When you paint it on, it does have like a really milky look to it when it's wet, and then when it dries clear. So now a before shot. Are you guys ready for it? I absolutely love the way that these came out. I love them. I love this even more because this project was absolutely free. The only thing that cost me was the paint, and again, this was paint that I already had. So again, guys, I would love for you guys to try to recycle wood to create something. I really encourage you guys. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have something beautiful in your home. Just have some imagination, some creativity, and you can have something absolutely beautiful. These are my new plant babies, my peace lilies. I posted a picture on Instagram on the day that I got them. You guys should follow me. My channel will be in the description box down below. Sometimes I post some behind the scenes, so if you guys are interested in that, please follow me there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. It will help out my channel a lot. Also, if you would give this video a thumbs up. And if you know someone that likes videos like this as well, don't forget to hit that share button. IKEA like slats that was for a bed. These are some, hello. These are some IKEA. These gifted. That was. You want. These were some IKEA slats that were given to me.